Your duty-free allowance when you shop online is going from 50 to 100 US dollars. As Liza would say, it's about damn time. I'm Kalila Reynolds, financial journalist and educator based in Jamaica. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clarke recently announced the government's plans to repeal and replace Jamaica's Customs Act. Clarke made the announcement at the JLP's annual conference on Sunday. He said the act is outdated and needs several updates. One of the major updates will be to double the duty-free allowance for imported goods at ports and personal items at airports. Currently, you can import items worth up to 50 US dollars duty-free. If the item costs more than that, you're charged duties on the full value of the item, and this could vary based on the type of item that you're importing. Well, effective April 1, 2024, the government is planning to increase that threshold to 100 US dollars. That's double the current amount and something that Jamaicans have been asking for ages now. Dr. Clarke also announced that the government is planning to double the tax threshold for personal and household items at airports from $500 US to $1,000 US dollars. Currently, all travelers to Jamaica are allowed $500 US dollars worth of personal and household items, including gifts, duty-free. Over that, and you have to pay the piper. And trust me, the customs agents are gonna ask you every time if you have items over $500. And if you're sure you didn't spend more than that, again, the government is promising to increase this amount to 1,000 US dollars. And to be honest, this move makes sense. Inflation in the last 2 years alone would have justified an increase. The cost of goods and services have skyrocketed since the pandemic. But when you consider that this Customs Act is from the 1940s, almost 100 years old, and with very few updates since then, it makes it even more evident that it needs to be updated. Jamaica's currency didn't even exist in the 40s, and we were paying for food with shillings and pence. So yeah, an update is needed. But on the flip side, how will this impact the government's revenues? According to the 2023 budget, the government estimates they'll earn $63 billion in revenue from customs duties alone. So increasing the threshold will significantly cut the estimates for the next financial year. How will that affect their spending plans? Or will it mean tax increases in other areas? Those are all questions that we need answers to. They'll most likely be addressed in the next budget debates once the government actually tables the bill to replace the act, and that's the bottom line. So what do you think? Is this good news, or do you think there are some strings attached? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe to my newsletter for money news like this straight to your inbox. Click the link up here or in the description below. Let's get this money.
Let's get this money.